Gemara says that when someone opens their door, they don't only open a physical space, they open horizons. They allow others to rise, to grow, and to reach places they cannot reach on their own. So please join me in offering a warm bracha to our hosts, Chaim and Dina, and also to Harry, Dorit, and Neil and Sharon, Shona. They should continue to have love and happiness from each other. The Baruch Nachas and each and all their children. Hashem bless you all. Baruch Chaim and Avichi, Ukum Avichi, widening horizons, and reveal brachas in every area of life. Chaim. It's customary on Motzei Shabbos to share a story about tzaddikim. A story that carries the energy of Shabbos and brings it into the week. So as I was thinking about tonight, I remembered a story about the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe one time was studying Chassidus at the feet of his mentor, the musician Makid, and a colleague of his name was Pinchas Koretzer. He was very upset because he saw this piece of paper which had very deep mystical secrets of the Torah, and it was lying on the floor. And he felt that this was emblematic of the Alter Rebbe's, the musician Makid's approach of sharing these secrets of the Torah in a way that he felt was sacrilegious. They're taking these secrets of the Torah, they're putting this out there in a way that's not okay. These secrets of the Torah should be, as they always were in history, kept as a secret. It shouldn't be publicized, it shouldn't be shared. This shouldn't be, and to the point, people are discarding them on the floor, they're not getting the value of what's going on. So, the musician Makid, this tzaddik, he asked the Alter Rebbe to respond. So Alter Rebbe gave the following parable. He said there was a king who had a son, the prince, who went on a hunting trip. On this hunting trip, he got very badly hurt. And the king summoned the royal doctors to examine his son and to see if there's a way to find a cure. And the doctors come back to the king and say, Your Majesty, we have good news, we have bad news. There's only one remedy left. On the royal crown, there's a magnificent gemstone, the most precious jewel in the kingdom. If you crush that jewel and mix it into a potion, perhaps one drop will enter your son's mouth and it may save his life. And the minister said, it's not a good idea. I mean, this is the gem of your crown. But the king said, what's a jewel compared to my child? What's my crown worth next to his life? So the jewel was crushed because when your child's life is at stake, nothing is too precious to give. So I'll have to explain, this is how Hashem looks at us. We're his children. When a Jewish child needs life, needs protection or a future, Hashem takes his deepest treasures, his crown jewels, his deepest secrets of the Torah, and he reveals them so that his child can be revived. This is connected to the Torah portion we just read. When Yitzchak was born, the Talmud says the scoffers, the generation, were saying that Sarah must have become pregnant from Avimelech. They doubted the identity of this child, and what did Hashem do? Hashem took the deepest part of the Torah. Yitzchak represents the inner dimension of the Torah, the soul of the Torah, the fire of the Torah. And the Torah says that Hashem made Yitzchak's face look like Avram's face, which on the surface makes everyone realize that Avram is his father. But it also means that God took the Yitzchak part of the Torah, the hidden part of the Torah, and Hashem revealed the inner part of the Torah. In other words, Hashem took all that was before a secret and made it open and clear in order that everyone should be able to see that this is indeed Avram's child. In other words, Hashem gave us the secrets of the Torah so that although there's a lot of winds that draw a Jewish child away from his roots and his heritage and where he belongs, but Hashem gives the Jewish people these secrets of the Torah in order to help us feel connected to Hashem. We have different challenges than our parents and grandparents have. And because of this, Hashem took what was before unaccessible. Hashem gave this to us. We had the opportunity in this month of Kislev, when Hashem first revealed these secrets of the Torah in Chassidus through the Alter Rebbe and the Mittler Rebbe. So, because to Hashem, a Jewish child is more precious than any jewel in the world. And that's exactly what Chabad Gaon Academy is about. The school is not just a place of learning. It's a declaration that every child is a jewel of Hashem, worth revealing the deepest secrets and treasures for it. Building such a school takes something precious from each of us. It takes our time, takes our energy, takes our heart, takes our resources. But like the king in the story, and like Hashem himself, we give it willingly because we know what it's for. It's for the life of the child. It's for the future. It's the future of our people. Tonight, we're not here to raise funds. We're here to raise friends, partners, people who say, yes, Jewish children matter, their identity matters, their future matters. I want to be part of giving a child life. Each of you was meant to be here. Each of you has something unique to contribute. Wisdom, encouragement, connection, or support. And when you join hands with us, you place another jewel into the crown of the Jewish future. Hashem bless each of you with Bana Chaim Ben Ervichi, Uchun Ervichi, and may we merit to see our children grow, thrive, and illuminate the world, because to Hashem and to us, they're the crown jewel. Chaim. I'd like to call up MC Yeshua, president of our school. We share his word.
I want to first express gratitude to Chaim and Dina for opening up your home and for this beautiful night, and just express gratitude likewise to Daniel and Sharon for joining me as a co-host. It was particularly nice to show up at a co-host at a beautiful event where I literally my only act was showing up. So so thank you. And I want to share some words about how I got involved with Rabbi Levin and started talking about this that led to tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here to say Yasher Koach. It's not easy to get people to come out for an organization that they may not be involved with yet, and on a Saturday night, so on Motzei Shabbos. So thank you for so I was, as I've gotten to know Rabbi Levin over the last few years. There's a lot of you peel the onion, and I've had the privilege of learning Chassidus with Rabbi Levin and seeing the incredible work that he's doing in other places. But when I discovered that he was, it was sort of a slow process of realizing what was happening with Chabad Gaon Academy. He said to me one day, he said, "Will you come and teach some boys that I in my school?" And so I went over and spent an hour. With a few of the boys, and I realized I didn't even know, there were boys in the community who were children of friends of mine who I hadn't heard from the parents about the school, and I didn't know where they're in school, right? I don't know about you. My wife and I are now empty nesters, but our kids went through the schools that we were involved in. And I had heard about the previous iterations of the school, but I didn't even realize that you don't hear what happens. With other schools, and so I got to know a couple of just to see boys that I knew and to see what they were doing there. And by the way, since that time, from then until now, like a year and a half, 2 years later, they still, every time they see me, they come to share what they're learning. And I've seen really a transformation in these boys who were every child is in a different place, but these were kids who were not finding their home, not finding an environment someplace else. And I've seen them, and I was talking to Reb Sruli a couple last week, over the past week, who's teaching them on a daily basis, and it is really, it's really transformational what's happening in the school. So I just so everyone knows the story, we had this institution in LA that began with the name Yeshiva High Tech and was called Harkov Gaon Academy, but essentially its founder and and the board that was supporting it, for whatever reason, decided that it wasn't, that they were moving on from it. And it was basically an abandoned, orphan school, really, a project that a lot of people would have, had Rabbi Levin not stepped up, this school would have just disappeared from the Los Angeles landscape. And thank God for Rabbi Levin, thank God for your vision, for your dedication, for your courage in taking this on. Because this school is an incredible resource. Even in the last week, I got 2 different texts from people who said to me, "Thank you for getting involved with the school. This school is such an important resource, and it has so much. It's critical now with the boys who are there, and it's girls.
We're looking for girls to come.
Okay. So it's a critical resource now, but it also is one of the things that it's not just the kids who are there now, but what this school could be. But the challenge, Rabbi Levin, for his bravery, for his dedication in taking this on, it became very clear, needs support, and he needs friends, right? This is. I didn't know. I'm learning. I'm the president. I'll share with you. Welcome to the board. But I'll say one of the things I had the privilege of chairing another school in Los Angeles' board for a few years, and one of the things you learn when you're looking for people to get involved is that you need a lot of people to do different things. We always said, I have 3 Ds. You need donors, because it does take money to rent space for the school, to hire teachers, to do everything that the school needs. You need door openers. You need people who are going to connect the school and Rabbi Levin and this project to more people, and doers. There's a lot of work. So Rabbi Levin, I have felt these last few months have really gotten the sense that you have taken us on this important, enormous project, but without not worrying about who's going to be there. And thank God for the people who are here tonight. This is really a beginning. This is the first time there's been a meeting for Harkham Gaon Academy, and we need to grow. We do need to grow a board. We need to grow a base of donors who are committed, and we need to grow a bigger community of people who understand what this school is about, who can share information about it, who can pull more people into this project, and really make sure that Rabbi Levin has the support to keep this school going and to keep it strong. So thank you for this first step. I hope we'll be sharing information with all of you about how to get practically involved. And I really do. I can't stress enough. It's fantastic to see a full room, but we need to be able to fill a room much bigger to see the school really thrive and survive in LA. And this school has the potential to help a lot of different kids from a lot of different backgrounds. I think what's really special about it is if your kids, for those people whose kids fit in a very specific mold, that the existing schools that are amazing in LA, thrive, fit, then great. It's not an issue. It's really a challenge for everybody else. And the kids as I started, the kids who are thriving in this environment are not kids who are necessarily, you just plunk into any school. The environment that you're creating I don't mean to pick on only you, Sterling, but I don't know if there's anybody else here who's teaching in the school, but
Mrs. Roth is here, the principal of our school.
So, thank you. It's really incredible. These are not, it's become very clear to me that there's something really special happening here that makes this really a critical project. So I want to thank everyone else for being here tonight and hope that we can look to you and look forward to taking this project on together.
Yes.
Right.
Next